One shed. Two metalheads. No posers allowed. It's time to beat my meat.
What's up, True Metal Grillers? I'm Smokey.
And I'm Ricky, True Metal Grilling.
And today we're gonna find out which one of these two posers can look the other one in the eye and say, beat my meat. Let's get to work. Ricky.
On the left, we have Asgard, who lives in his grandmother's basement, only listens to 90s Blind Guardian, and builds catapults when he's not managing the local GameStop.
It's called a trebuchet, dickhead.
And on the right, we have Big John, the local metalhead dope dealer that loves hacky sack, sneaking illicit substances into public places, and insists the band 311 still qualifies as heavy metal.
They play distorted guitars, man. Hey, you want some shrooms? No peeking.
Today, our contestants are battling to win a sacred treasure, coveted by metalheads around the world, an autographed pair of Dave Mustaine's boxer shorts. He must have been sweating bullets! Meanwhile, the poser is condemned to a punishment worse than death. They have to do my mom's dishes.
Friends call me Asgard. Mostly just wear leather, listen to metal, and I grill some goddamn meat.
Big John, sell shrooms, love life. You know, festivals are fun and all. But at the end of the day, all I want to do is beat that meat.
I'm really looking forward to beating his meat. I love beating meat. I especially love beating meat. People like that.
Big John, come to you. Don't look at me in the eye unless you want one more less.
Our first heavy metal challenge will determine your fate throughout the whole competition, gentlemen. The contestant closest to the bullseye gets to pick the grill of their choice. The poser is stuck with the leftovers. All right, up first we got Big John tripping on a heroic dose of shrooms. Oh, nice try.
I was fighting a Sasquatch one time in the hills of Colorado. I wish I had a hatchet. Sasquatch did.
Oh man, it looks like the shrooms took a bad turn and now Big John thinks Ricky's the devil. Run, Ricky! Run!
Up next is Asgard. Let's see what he can do.
Just can't afford fire.
Hey, back off! My mom only gives me $20 in allowance.
One hell of a throw there by Asgard that wins the axe throwing competition, and he gets to choose which grill he's going to cook on.
Goes in so deep, hard to get it out.
Okay, after our axe throwing competition, Asgard is the winner and gets to choose between the True Metal Smoker and the $20 tailgate special. Which one you going with?
Taking the True Metal Smoker.
You know, it sucks losing the competition for grill. Sorry. I'm back.
I just kind of felt like I'm winning all the time. I get used to winning, and that was just another W in the books. Turn a W upside down. Get an M for metal.
All the food you need in this competition is in my mom's fridge. It magically shows up every week out of nowhere. It's great. But you gotta get in and get out before my stepdad Steve catches you. He's a f***ing dick.
All right, you posers, get everything you needed out of my mom's fridge. Yeah, it's time to start prepping. Let's get to work.
Gotta give it a little. Let it know that you're in control of this trip. And we're gonna go down to Flavor Town so I get that meat nice massage.
So, stuffed pork chops. How can you lose? You got your pork?
Oh man, I bet he doesn't see too much of that in the old GameStop, if you know what I mean.
Why would he see a pork chop at GameStop?
Maybe one day your mom will tell you about the pork and the bees, Ricky. I don't have time right now.
Last time I held a samurai sword, I was walking back to my campsite. My wife was f***ing a stranger. Then I thought, I don't have a wife.
Uh-oh, looks like the munchies are setting in for Big John. Hopefully that doesn't slow him down. He's gotta cut that cheese or he'll be up shit's creek with a turd for a battle.
Well, it looks like Asgard just finished vaginifying his pork chops, and now Big John is pulling a secret ingredient out of his man bag, probably Probably shrooms or Nope, just jalapenos. Son of a bitch.
And then I get on that wave of shrooms and I get those peppers nice and cut up. If you see my cutting skills, you know I left them chunky, like my last wife.
Mom says I have too many imaginary friends, but Big John's imaginary wives are getting a little out of hand here. Meanwhile, it looks like Asgard's giving his pork a little apple cider vinegar bath? What is he doing, Smokey?
You know Asgard might look dumb, and he's a confirmed 42-year-old virgin, but he knows his way around the kitchen there, Ricky. He's making a wet rub out of apple cider vinegar and our garlic salt, bone dust, which you can find on TrueMetalGrilling.com.
Big John adding some Worcestershire sauce, and now he's mixing those giant chunks of cheese and pepper to his meat. That's pretty risky for beer can burgers, Smokey.
Yeah, Ricky, that's gonna be harder to keep together than a death metal band after their first EP.
And then I like to massage the cheese into it and taste the raw meat, because you gotta know what's good and flavorful.
Well, hopefully Big John got a good taste of our Poser Destroyer barbecue rub in that raw meat before he dies of Ebola.
You mean E. coli?
That's what I said, Ebola.
Pushing beer cans and meat reminds me of going to Catholic schooling. I put beer in holes, I put beer in other people's holes, I put beer in my holes, and having a beer burger, put that beer can all up in there and give it a little wiggle, creates that room for the flavor to come down.
Had a nice little collection of ingredients. Just so happened to be, we have some Parmesan cheese, spinach, tomato. That makes me think Italy. When I think Italy, I think the great band Rhapsody of Fire. Best thing to come out of Italy, probably out of Europe in general. And so I called upon the power of the dragon flame. Just let it wash upon me. I got to thinking, you know what? Let's do an Italian seasoned stuffed pork chop.
The recipe says bacon, well, let's make a wall of that pork juice that holds in that nice cuddly love, shroom bowl of meat.
There you go, Big John. Hopefully that battle vest of bacon keeps all the bits inside your beer can burger.
Now Asgard is sampling the vintage of the minced garlic. Now it looks like he's adding 1, 2, 3 table axes of garlic. I might have went with 4 or 5 table axes myself, but he's got plenty of garlic flavor in that bone dust, so I think I'll let it slide this time.
And here we have Big John adding what looks to be about 1/8 of oregano to his burger. That should really impress the judges.
Once you get that crevasse, that void like I have in my heart from seeing all my bands suck my entire life, you pick up all those little scraplings and you create a little pocket of inner rage.
Weird. My stepdad says my inner rage comes from my red hair. Hey, look, Asgard is stuffing his pork-it pussy. But don't.
Man, Ricky, you really need a girlfriend. Now Asgard is giving his swine Gina a chastity belt of bacon to keep all the good bits inside. That's a good call. You can never have too much pork. Pork on pork action all day, I say.
That's actually looking pretty good there, Big John. Just be careful there. Doesn't fall apart. Jinxed ya.
Asgard enjoying the hamalingus. Easy there, son. You gotta leave a little seasoning on there.
Here's where we separate the posers from the true metal warriors. Asgard getting the grill set up on the True Metal smoker. Over at the $20 tailgate grill, looks like the excitement is too much for Big John to handle. He's getting fired up, isn't he, Smokey?
You jiggle it to make it warmer.
Well, Ricky, if he took the same mushrooms I did, I can tell you from experience, he's probably about 5 minutes from hitting the peak of his little mushroom trip and his pants. We're about to see a pretty good show here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Smokey. Looks like Big John's about to grill his monster beer can burger, and he's putting it right over direct heat. That's a bold move, Smokey. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It looks like Asgard is going over direct heat at first as well to sear in all those juices. He's got to watch that he doesn't burn his bacon before the pork chop gets done, though. It's definitely doable, but let's check back on Big John and see how he's doing with his burger.
Looks like he's about to flip it over. Oh, shit! The bottom was stuck to the grill and just ripped it off like a day-old scab.
Sorry, Big John. This ain't no hallucination this time. You better come up with a plan fast. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You just got to get that meat monstrosity moved over the indirect heat so it doesn't burn.
Meanwhile, Asgard's chops seem to be cooking all right. Bacon's kind of close to done on that side. That pork might not be as cooked as the bacon.
Well, I kind of sealed it in, all half-assery, and then I tucked it in the corners like a jackassery. But it's round, so there ain't no corners. So I think I'm gonna wrap it in foil and roll it out like the last week of summer. Shazam!
Oh man, it looks like Asgard's starting to lose the bacon off his pork chops. If you don't pull those things as tight as new guitar strings, they're just gonna come right off. This does not look good for the heavy metal basement dweller. This could give Big John a chance to come from behind and take the lead.
Mid-grilling challenge, posers! Asgard, what songs did Dave Mustaine get credit for on Kill 'Em All?
It's an easy one. 4 Horsemen at the lights.
Wrong! Big John?
All of them.
Correct!
As punishment, Asgard has to listen to one 5-finger death punch song.
Oh God, no! No!
I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Well, I'll tell you, winning that mid-grill challenge kind of woke my ass up. I saw some pterodactyls flying over through backcountry before they asked me that question. I tell you, they ask you some pretty hard metal questions because they're metal. And I love Phil Collins.
Let's check in on our contestants, shall we? Big John is definitely feeling it, and Asgard is definitely not feeling it.
This is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I'm gonna lose my bacon.
Boy, he's really struggling out there. That 5-finger donkey punch is really messing up his flow.
We might be breaking the Geneva Convention here, Smokey.
Yeah, so the cook's going pretty well so far. I didn't lose the trivia challenge, so I gotta listen to this 5-flavor fruit punch, I think it's called, and started out real terrible. I gotta tell you, I wanted to kill myself, but it's kind of growing on me.
Okay, let's check in and see how they're doing. Big John is slicing the buns with his butter and katana. That's a good idea, toasting those buns. There's no good burger without a toasted bun.
Well, it looks like Asgard is almost finished grilling his ham clams. Big John should be close behind then, too. Both contestants have taken their fair share of lumps in this competition so far. Let's see if they can plate something worthy to present to the judges.
All right, posers, let's head back in the shed and see what you cooked up for us today.
You know, the band's not half bad.
Well, the gnomes in the trees started talking to me halfway through. The cook went bad. Dropped it on the foil, rolled it back up, put it back on. What are you looking at, boy? Didn't do it right. Had to pick it up with foil, turn it back into a meatball. Hopefully the bacon was still on there, but I had to put a little bit of that shrooms, and then everything melted away. The only fun part was toasting the buns.
So, just pulled the pork off the grill, getting it all prepped for the judges. A little bit nervous, had a bit of a snafu. With my bacon, lost some bacon on the grill, which is something you never want to say, never want to admit as a man. But I got a good, strong competitor in Big John. He had a mighty big burger there, so I'm hoping my flavors with the True Metal Grilling spices are going to pull through. I think my stuffing's good. I think I got this thing in the bag.
They're just gonna open up and they're gonna take a bite of that, and a little bit of bacon's gonna get on their chin, and they're gonna look back and say, "God damn it, Big John, you sick son of a bitch, you did it."
All right, gentlemen, the cook is over. Big John, come forth and present your offering. What in the hell is that?
True Metal judges, this is my beer can stuffed pepper jalapeno, pepper jack cheese, toasted buns, because that's the only way I like my Huns. Enjoy, my judges.
All right, let's get a handle on this thing. Like Diane always says, that is one big piece of meat, Big John. Burgers cooked good. Cheese cooked away. Lots of good pieces of jalapeno in there, though.
Really taste the bacon.
The bacon really saved your ass on this one. Toasting the bun was the way to go.
Goddamn right.
I definitely could have used a little more seasoning in the burger meat. Maybe a couple condiments or something else would have made this burger truly kick ass. Definitely not the greatest presentation either, but it wasn't a terrible flavor. I give it a 420 out of 666.
All right, in this case, Big John just bit off more than he can chew. His bits were too big, his cheese chunks were too much, and it just all ended up one big meatball. It tasted good, but I just think he could have done better. Asgard! Come forth and present your offering. What is this?
True Metal Grilling judges, I present you stuffed pork chop. Pork chop stuffed with garlic, spinach, tomato, and a little Parmesan cheese.
It's a little fancy, but
Enjoy.
Smells good.
not one for green things there, Asgard. We'll give it a try. Oh my God.
The seasoning on the chop is perfect. The bone dust really gives it that awesome garlic flavor. And usually Mom has to yell at me to eat my vegetables, but this time I don't even have to pretend to like them. I give it a perfect 666 out of 666.
Man, at the end of the day, Asgard really nailed these pork pockets. Plenty of seasoning, lots of flavor, and unique stuffing ingredients.
I think that the cheese really complements the pork.
We all know that you're a big fan of pork, Ricky. Step forward and assemble for judging. All right, gentlemen, I'd say you've shown an exceptional amount of mental fortitude and grilling aptitude today. This was a hard choice.
Boys, this was the hardest thing I had to do since my first job application. Today, our true metal griller is Asgard.
That was some damn fine pork you pulled there, Asgard. You really know how to pound your pork, I mean.
I'd just like to thank the Lord Joey DeMaio for everything that he's given me to get through this competition today.
Yeah, Big John, you did great, but you are a humongous poser.
Ricky, tell them what they've won.
Today, Asgard gets to take home an autographed and gently used pair of boxer shorts owned by heavy metal legend Dave Mustaine. Grilling is his business, and business is good.
All right, Big John, you put up one hell of a fight today, but you didn't come out on top. I'm sorry, but you know what you gotta do.
My mom's dishes won't do themselves. Keep going.
You gotta get those dishes done before Steve gets home, or you're gonna have Ricky's ass.
Leave the hall, poser.
Now, to the victor go the spoils.
The spoiled undies.
Genuine Dave Mustaine autographed underpants right out of Diane's top drawer.
Wait, what?
So, I think I mentioned before I'm a winner. Take a W, turn it upside down, got metal, and I'm metal to the core. That's proven by my leather gloves, leather jacket, and now doubly proven with my Dave Mustaine used boxer shorts. Hello, me, meet the real me, which I couldn't be prouder to wear. I'm gonna wear these every goddamn day for the rest of my life. And I mean that. Watch me.
I lost. Cut myself washing that goddamn wrestler. And they didn't save me any of his pork chops. Is this thing on? This sucks.